Can I tell you something that may completely change the way you see the battles happening around you? Not every battle is really about what it appears to be about. Sometimes the argument is not really about the words being spoken. Sometimes the division is not really about the issue being discussed. Sometimes the conflict you can see is only evidence of a deeper battle you cannot see. Because beneath the politics, beneath the anger, beneath the confusion, and beneath the cultural division, there is a spiritual battle taking place. The most dangerous thing we can do is fight a spiritual battle using only human weapons. Ephesians 6:12 tells us, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood." That means the person standing across from you is not the real enemy. The person who disagrees with you is not the real enemy. The person who insults you, misunderstands you, or believes something completely different from you is not the real enemy. There may be lies influencing them. There may be anger that's controlling them. There may be wounds shaping the way they see the world. But they are still a person made in the image of God. And when we forget that, we begin fighting people instead of fighting the darkness that is hurting people. Think about what happened in the Garden of Eden. The serpent didn't begin by saying, "Reject God completely." He began with a question. Did God really say? That is often where spiritual deception begins. Not with an obvious rejection of truth, but with a small question that slowly weakens our confidence in it. Did God really say forgiveness matters? Did God really say marriage is sacred? Did God really say your body has purpose? Did God really say you should love your enemies? Did He really say you should deny yourself? Did He really say truth does not change simply because culture does? See, the enemy does not always need you to completely abandon God. Sometimes he only needs you to redefine what God said. Because once we believe we can create truth for ourselves, we no longer surrender to God. We attempt to replace Him. We live in a world that talks constantly about freedom. Freedom to speak, freedom to choose, freedom to express ourselves, freedom to live however we want. Now, don't get me wrong, freedom, super valuable, right? But freedom without responsibility eventually becomes destruction. When God told Moses to confront Pharaoh, He didn't simply say, "Let my people go." He said, "Let my people go so that they may worship me." God was not freeing His people so they could wander without direction. He was freeing them so they could live with purpose. Biblical freedom is not the freedom to do whatever we feel. It is the freedom to become who God created us to be. Real freedom is not the absence of responsibility. Real freedom gives us the ability to willingly carry the responsibility that God has placed before us. Throughout Scripture, there's a powerful response spoken by men and women when God calls them. "Here I am." Abraham said it. Moses said it. Samuel said it. Isaiah said, "Here I am, send me." Those words mean more than "I'm standing here." They mean I'm available. I surrender. Use me. Correct me. Shape me. Send me wherever you need me. Many of us want God to change the world around us, but God may be asking, are you willing to let me change the person within you? We want God to fix the culture, but will we allow Him to fix our character? We want God to expose deception, but will we allow Him to expose the lies that we have believed? We want to fight for truth publicly, but are we living truth privately? That is where the spiritual battle becomes personal. Jesus did not come full of truth or love. John 1:14 says He came full of grace and truth. Truth without love becomes cruel. Love without truth becomes empty. So we need both. It is possible to win an argument and still lose an opportunity to represent Jesus. It is possible to prove someone wrong while never showing them what is right about Christ. Some people do not need to be humiliated. They need to be healed. Some people are not asking difficult questions because they hate God. They may be asking because they have been hurt by people who claimed to represent Him. That does not mean we compromise truth. It means we deliver truth with the heart of Jesus, strong enough to stand, but loving enough to listen, bold enough to speak, but humble enough to examine ourselves first. I have learned that one of the easiest things in the world is to point out what is wrong with everyone else. It's much harder to ask, God, what is wrong in me? Where have I become bitter? Where have I become prideful? Where have I become more interested in being right than being righteous? Where have I spoken truth without love? Where have I stayed silent because speaking truth would have been uncomfortable? The spiritual battle is not only happening in Washington, in schools, on social media, or in the culture. It's happening inside every one of us. It is the daily battle between pride and humility, fear and faith, comfort and obedience, resentment and forgiveness, selfishness and sacrifice, my will and God's will. So today, before you identify everything that is wrong with the world, ask God to reveal what needs to change inside you. Pray, God, show me where I have believed a lie. Show me where I have compromised truth. Show me where I have failed to love. Show me where I have demanded freedom but rejected responsibility. And when God points to something, don't defend it. Don't blame someone else for it. It's easy to do. Just simply say, here I am. We are living in a spiritual battle, but we do not win that battle through hatred. We do not win that through humiliation. We do not win it by screaming louder than everyone else. We overcome darkness by walking in the light. We confront lies with truth. We confront hatred with love. We confront selfishness with sacrifice. We confront fear with faith. And we begin not by demanding that everyone else surrender to God, but by surrendering ourselves. The world doesn't need more truth, but it does need people who are willing to live it. So when God asks who will go, may our answer be, here I am. I'm Wes Bray, and this has been Motivational Moments.